Hey Basement Collective, thank you for watching another Basement Collective review video. This time we have something that was one of my first backings on Kickstarter, or I should say one of our first backings on Kickstarter, and this is the MacroMat system by TableWar Designs. Now if you don't know who TableWar is and you're watching this video, I find that kind of weird because they are the inventors, as far as I know, of the neoprene gaming mats type thing, the TableWar fat mats as they called, formerly with Frontline Gaming, although they're still doing it on their own right now, so I believe they are the inventors. And then they came out with this amazing case, which I can't wait to get one for myself, called the TableWar display case, which is an army case that has a shelf system where you bring out the shelves and you magnetize your models to them, and you can either get a closed case or a case with kind of an acrylic clear facing that shows your models in it. And the most recent endeavor is the MacroMat system. Now, if you're like me, you have either commissioned models or you paint them yourself, and you always want to take good photos, but you always struggle so much with taking those good photos. This is your answer. And I kid you not, whether you have a $5,000 DSLR, whether you have a fairly good $1,000 camcorder like we use, it's not specifically made for taking photos but has a good photo setting, but it's made for taking videos, whether you have a cheaper camera, maybe a cheaper DSLR, or maybe even you have an iPhone, this will help with all of those. And I'm not just saying that because I want to prop them up. I paid for this product, they didn't give it to me, but I used it, and this is a solid testimonial of how good their product is. So you'll need a couple things. You'll need this mat system first. You obviously need something to take photos with, whether you have a DSLR, a camcorder like we do, maybe your phone. You'll need a solid tripod. It could be done without a tripod, but you want to use a tripod to make sure your photos are nice and steady. And then you're going to need some lighting. Now, if you don't have, one second guys, let me grab something here. Now you have a couple options. If you're looking on the real cheap, you can use some like $10 Walmart desk lamps, but you want to avoid the yellow style lights. You want to go for what's called the daylight style, a more warm light. What I have, and I'm just going to show you, is these. When we first started our YouTube channel, before we had the bed lighting, we had these to light up our videos. Now all this is a simple 7-foot tripod pole that extends with a foot, and up top is a halogen. I don't even know what it's called. Let me grab something real quickly and I'll be able to show you exactly which light bulb it is. So the light bulb we're using are these soft white, right there. So those are soft white, 45 watts, kind of the energy saver bulbs. These are what you're looking for. Now I bought a whole set. It came with two big ones. These are nice and tall. It came with the short one. Bunch of umbrellas and the light bulbs for, I think, which was 80 Canadian dollars. There are cheaper sets you can get with just the two small ones. But if you really want to step up your game for a cheap price to take solid photos, definitely look into getting something like that. And like I said, you can use nothing wrong with using the desktop lamps, like the ones that you can move around in position. But you do want to make sure you have a soft white bulb, not the harsh yellow lighting. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what is included in this box. So, first of all, it comes in a box. We actually don't have the box anymore, but the box, I mean, with a sturdy cardboard box. Let's go ahead. So, you unwrap it like this, and it's going to come in two parts. First of all, you flip it over. So you'll have your mat, and then all the rest of the innards, the clips and whatnot. This is super easy to put together, and we'll go through it in a second. It's super durable as well. So we'll put this off to the side for a second, and we'll take a look at the three mats that come provided in the MacroMat system. This is part of the building. You just use that to kind of wrap them up together. So there are currently 3 mats available, and if you buy the whole MacroMat system, you get all 3 of the mats. Now these mats are available separately for purchase if you already have your own system for taking photos. I did not, so I bought the whole system. But they are available separately. So what you have right here is you have your kind of green black fade. Sorry, I don't know the exact names for them. Obviously this one's really easy. You got white to blue fade, and they're made of the same neoprene material as the mats, about half the thickness, but they can be bent like this and they're not going to crease. They're water resistant, they're amazing. And then of course you have kind of a black, blue, soft white fade. We'll keep this one over here for now, because next we're going to show you the components. Now the components you receive are made for two figurations. You can either have the mat basically vertically or horizontally, and the frame will allow you to set both of those up. I use vertical for all the photos I've taken, and you will see photos I've actually shot at the end of this video. And like I said, I'm not a professional photographer. My camera, while it's a good camera for recording videos, was not made for picture taking in mind, although it does have that capability. The only thing I really played with on the camera itself was the exposure and the iris setting, because my camera allows you to do that. If you don't have that, it's not expressly needed. There is no other photo touching up, post, like editing or anything like that. The photos you see will be taken with my camera, and there's no editing. So basically, you got your base, which goes out like this, kind of like so. Make sure that's in frame. Perfect. You then have your tripoding pole. So depending on how tall you want it, if you're using the wide setting or the vertical setting for the mat compared to the horizontal, you want it low, and then it depends on how tall you want the mat itself. So, and then there's a little screw in at the bottom. Very simply goes in like that, and then this is screwed on. Now you're gonna notice right here there is a little notch, and that's going to intercede with this little metal notch right here, so it gets a perfect tight fit. So if you got to screw it in, so we'll screw it in, and at some point you're going to try and have to line the notch and the hole up. You should be able just to screw it in. So my knot is in, as you can see, the notch and the hole lined up, tighten, and you put it down. It's nice and stable. Next thing you do, so let's do this, kind of like that, put this in screen, like that. Next thing you do is you take your pole. Now if you're going to do the the vertical, so the mat lengthways up, you need this pole. If you're going to do the horizontal version, what you have to do is you have to extend your pole. So you take this little extender piece, you kind of just clips in like that. Same thing on the other side. Clips in like that, boom. And then you'd use your clips, of course. For the demonstration purpose, we're just going to use the vertical. So you would normally unscrew this. For the horizontal or the mat, putting the mat the long way, you unscrew that, take your washer out, put this down, make sure it's straight, do that, and screw it on. Just like that. But because we're using the shorter one, we only need the one with the hole right here. Unplug that. And I found it easier to put the mat on before you put this on right here. So clip the mat onto that. And that's simple to do. You take your mat, push this back. You take a clip, you line up so the hole, doesn't matter which side is facing top, but you need the hole to be facing top, because that's gonna go in. If it's like this, it's not gonna work. So the hole's got to be facing the top right there. And then the way I do it is I kind of hold one side like this, and then throw the clip on, reposition it as needed. Second one, a lot easier. Once one clip's on, pull it nice and tight, add the clip, boom, you're good to go. And we messed up because the hole's got to be on top, so that's simple to fix. Try this again, gentlemen, without messing up this time. Like I said, it's an easy system for a non-professional like me, very non-professional, to take really good looking photos. So there we go, a lot better. Like I said, pull it tight. Second clip on. There we go. This goes on up top, just like that. So let's get that in frame. So that goes on up top, just like that. You walk. And then you screw your little locking nut on. Or I guess it's a bolt. I don't know what it is, but basically locks on. Just as well. Okay, make sure it's straight. And then I pull it back. Make sure, so what you want to do is make sure it's not, make sure it's nice and straight, and it kind of just makes it curve naturally and there's no wrinkles in the curve. Then all you would do is you would take the model you would want to photograph. Say we're photographing this nice armor crate. And then what you do is you would take your lights. I'm going to push this back just a bit. You need 2 lights for this to work perfectly. You take 1 light, and I'm not going to unravel it, but basically you would make sure so it's pointing directly one side and then the other side. Turn those on. Now another very important thing, or at least for me how I got my photos, is I wanted to make sure there was no other light in the video or picture, no other light adding. So what I did is I shut this light off. Basically I shut all the other lights off in my house that would add light to this photograph. The only 2 lights I wanted to be giving actual light are my 2 lamps. And then if you do that, you'll be able to get the quality of photos you see coming up next. But like I said, I am not a professional photographer. I'm not even a novice photographer. I've always wanted to take good photos. I've never been able to take good photos, but this MacroMat system from TableWar is perfect. Follow these quick and easy steps. Get yourself a couple decent lamps. You can use table lamps, although I suggest something like this. It's easy, more maneuverable. You can set up your system more easily to take photos. Get yourself a decent tripod or something to hold your camera so it's not going to shake. And then, any camera you have, take a photo. Maybe you can fix some of the exposure, iris, speed, whatever you want. You don't need any of that, but you will be able to get photos that are just as good, if not better, than the photo you're about to see. But anyway, thank you TableWar guys for making such a great product like this. I look forward to meeting you at Adepticon. I also look forward to you adding more mats to this system so I can pick up individual mats to add to my collection. There will be a link in the description below to this product. Thank you guys. Enjoy the photos. Just some quick pictures I was able to take with not much time at all to proceed. And thank you for watching another Basement Collective review. Keep on wargaming.